college soccer is usually a waste of time if you want to play professionally. And I say usually for a number of reasons that I'm going to discuss below. But most importantly, I have a lot of friends who are college coaches at every single level: D1, D2, D3, NAIA, JUCO, and they do great things in the game. So this is not to bash them, but it's to tell you why, if you actually want to play professionally, playing college soccer at most of the levels, except at maybe the top 25 schools, is generally a waste of your time. So let's cut through the noise. Real quick on me, I'm Eric Friedlander, founder of RickFit, former professional footballer, and someone who's seen firsthand how the U.S. college system holds back talented players who should be pros. I get it. Yeah. Years ago, I was just like you, grinding every day, doing everything I was supposed to do to try to get to the professional level. My dream was to be a professional since I was, I think, 6 years old. My goal was, okay, get on a good youth team, which I was, got recruited by multiple D1 colleges. I was working on my degree, and then eventually I wanted to play professionally. I eventually committed to a D1 school, University of Buffalo, which unfortunately they're not playing anymore because they get another reason why I'm doing this presentation. They gave most of their money or all their money to American football. We were actually in a really good conference in the MAC, played against West Virginia, Akron, a lot of good level teams. And I thought if I focused and performed well, that would be my best shot at playing professionally. Why? Because I didn't know any better. I didn't have the right mentor telling me, okay, you could go to Europe at this young age. You can go to this place. You can go to this club. You can get mentored by this person. I didn't know. I thought the best way was to play D1. And this was about 12, 13, 14 years ago. But when I actually started living it, something felt off. The level wasn't what I expected. It was a good level, good coaching staff. We actually had some really good players. Actual Russell Cicerone, who's a good friend of mine, is still playing at the professional level. Great player, really deserves where he's at. But the truth is, the probability to get through to the college level, to the pro game, is very, very low. Personally, for me, I wasn't as focused as I should have been. I was losing hope in my dream. I was getting way too involved in social life, wasn't focused enough on football. And the question is, was that on me, or was it the environment, or was it a little bit of both? I think it was a little bit of both. I believed if I was in Germany, Spain, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, whatever, if I was in the right place, the right environment, I would have had a much easier path to the pro level. Anyways, I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to go next. That's when I took a leap out to Germany, and the rest was history. So real quick, I went out to Germany when I was 19, before I played my first year of Division I soccer. And I went out there for a month to train. I trained with 6th Division clubs, 5th Division clubs. A couple teams from the 6th Division wanted to sign me. A couple teams from the 5th Division wanted to sign me. But I had already committed to Buffalo. And for me, when I make commitments, I go forward with it full force. After my freshman year, had a pretty good year. Really enjoyed college. It was my best year overall in terms of making friends, building new connections. But I said to myself, I wasn't even really living like a professional footballer. Obviously, nowadays, you know how to live like a professional footballer for channels like myself and other creators. I think we do a great job at portraying that to footballers who want to play professionally. And we show them exactly what you need to do and what it takes to play professionally. But at that point, there was none of that stuff out there, right? So I went out to Germany, and essentially what happened was I went back out to Germany my sophomore season before my second season in college. And essentially what happened was I was in the same predicament, right? I went out there for a month, was supposed to go back to college. And then I came to a crossroads. I remember exactly where I was. I was with my buddy, Aiden Tucker. This is when I was 20 years old. So this was about 10 years ago. We were walking on a street in Nuremberg, Germany. I forgot the street, unfortunately. I remember we were in front of this pizza place we always used to go to. This is when I was eating gluten back in the day. Some good pizza, which is okay every now and then. And I said to him, yeah, brother, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to stay out here because I got to go back to play D1. He was there for the year. And he's like, bro, you should stay. I'm like, nah, man. I mean, I feel like I'm too old, So I told him what I'm going to do is marry a European woman, which I'm about to here very soon. And I'm going to have my kid grow up here, and I'm going to have him or her play at the highest level possible and hopefully get into the pro game and live my dream. Went back that night, really thought about this, and I was like, Eric, is this what you really want to do? And I said to myself, you know what? I'm a guy that takes risks. Till this day, I take risks. You need to take risks to get to where you want to go, because if you do the same thing as everyone else, you're never going to get to the top levels, or to do things that people have never done, right? The ones who make it are the risk takers, right? So I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to make this happen myself. Sent an email to my college coach that night, told him I'm not coming back for the sophomore year, completely, disenrolled from college that year, ended up finishing online with exercise science to fulfill my parents' goal of me getting an education. And that was it. And now I'm here today, played overseas for about 11 years in 5 different countries. And here I am helping players get to the pro level, soon going to be a FIFA licensed agent. And my goal is to help essentially Americans, North Americans, obviously guys as well from Europe, who are undiscovered, get into the pro game. The guys who weren't given the chance, who fell through the cracks or aren't educated enough in the right way because they were in the wrong system. Let's go back to the ebook or the masterclass. So most guys I knew with the same dream, they finished their 4 years and had no clue what to do next. Meanwhile, players overseas are signing pro contracts at 17. They're getting match experience, earning money, and building real careers, while we, as students, were stuck in class, hoping to get scouted at some college tournament. That's when I realized if you want to go pro, and obviously doing my research and seeing after working with about 90 or 50 players the last 8 years, college soccer is usually the wrong move. It's not because you're not good enough. It's not because you don't work hard. It's because the system isn't built for your professional football dream. And if you've got that voice in your head telling you, I know I'm meant for more, I just need the right opportunity, this is for you. And as you know me, if you have followed me for a while, I don't sugarcoat things. We're here to help you win. And we've done it before with players just like you. So here are a couple testimonials, right? Pablo Sabag, right now he's a professional in South Korea. I've been working with him for 5 years. While working with us, his transfer market value increased by 600%. So he went, when he first came to us, I think it was about 475 on Transfermarkt. We pushed him up to 1 million after working with us for only 2 years. He trained with us to enhance strength, speed, and mass sharpness. Obviously, he didn't go through the college system. He went right into the pro scene. And he says now, till this day, training with us was the best investment he's ever made into his career. Samuel Kroon, currently playing in the Swedish Superettan, but he played about 3 years in the first league in the Allsvenskan. Never played college ball, was actually thinking about it. I actually met him. He was 18. I was 22 when I signed my first pro contract in Sweden. And he was telling me that he was thinking about going to college. And I said the exact same thing that I'm going to tell you and every other European that asked me. If you want to go to college and have fun and play football with good facilities, good vibes, have an education, go to college. But if you want to play professional football, stay in Europe. So he listened to me, and we took him from the 5th tier to the 1st tier. What we did is we helped him with his training structure, and we helped him overall with his strength, diet, and injury prevention. Osase, right now, FC Dallas, born in the UK, moved through the lower leagues, never went to college, was actually thinking about as well. We've been working with him for 5 years now. He's known for his strength, composure, and consistency, and he worked with us to stay ready for anything that was coming his way. So if you're here, probably someone who's dreaming about signing a pro contract. You want to walk into that stadium, put on a real kit, look absolutely jacked, and know that you're living the life most people only dream about. First off, let me say this. I respect your dream, and I want to help you get there as soon as possible. A lot of people talk about going pro, but very few take the steps to make it happen. The fact that you're reading this, listening to me, and you're 9 minutes in, not scrolling or doing anything else, tells me you're serious. So I want to just be as serious with you as you are with me. College soccer in most cases is a detour. It's not a pathway. This might hurt, especially if you've been told by coaches, teachers, or parents that the college route is the smart and safe move. I'm not here to bash college soccer. In fact, as I said from the beginning, some of my friends are in the college game and doing great work. This is about telling you the truth, not the version that feels good, but the one that helps you reach your goal. So let's go over specific reasons. College soccer isn't built for professional development. So let's just start with the basics. The college system in the U.S. doesn't compare to what's happening overseas. The training volume and intensity, right? Most college programs train once a day. Seasons are short and jam-packed with games and leave little time for technical or tactical development. Usually preseason starts middle of August. Season ends about middle of November. That's 3 months of intense football. And then essentially you have a winter period where I think you could only keep contact with the players and the coaches, I think 6 hours a week. And then you have a spring season when you play 6 to 10, like I would say, non-competitive games. So we're going to compare that to Europe here in a bit. But at the end of the day, as I said, they limit contact hours and matches allow unlimited substitutions, which is unrealistic. Compare that to Europe. Players are training twice a day from the age of 15. They're in competitive environments year-round. Tactical understanding and match exposure are light years ahead because of the reason I said above. Players are training more and they're playing more games. In the US, in the college system, you may play more games in 3 months than they do in Europe, but you're not doing it throughout, right? You don't have a 10-month cycle, 10-month macro cycle, 10-month season. In Europe, you do, right? You're playing year-round. Doesn't matter what the weather is. The coaches, the clubs are trying to push you to the highest level every single day. Because at the end of the day, in Europe, football is a business. In the US, it's also a business. It's more of a pay-to-play system, which I'm not saying is wrong. I'm just saying it's completely different in Europe, because in Europe, we look at players as assets, right? If you come through a club, through an academy, you're trained by them. Essentially, what ends up happening is you become their product, and then they get a percentage of your transfer fee almost probably for the rest of your career. It obviously depends on the club, but that's generally how it works, right? So European clubs really, really want you to develop. If you're an up-and-coming prospect, you need to be in Europe. On the other hand, in college, there's unlimited substitution, so you're not really building the fitness levels of a professional. You're not actually getting used to the game mentally, physically, tactically, technically, right? Because at the end of the day, those unlimited substitutions are very unrealistic because they don't happen at the pro level. The other side of the coin is injuries happen since seasons are so short and jam-packed with games. In Europe, at the top levels, you see guys playing, 40 to 60 games, but their body is used to that because they've already been trained at that type of exposure. Their tissue can actually handle it. Their body can actually handle it. Most NCAA players are put through a 2 to 4 week preseason. They're probably not training that much during the summer off season, and they end up getting injured, right? And that could impact your career massively. So facilities versus football IQ. College programs have amazing facilities, but pro football isn't about pretty locker rooms, sexy housing, or meal plans. It's about decision-making under pressure, tactical discipline, adapting the right systems, and understanding your role in a team of professionals. And those are things you don't learn just playing in a few college tournaments a year. Couple things here. When I was playing in Sweden at 22, we had guys coming from Stanford, from Duke, from Wake Forest, and they came on trial and they're like, Rick, what's going on here, bro? Like, they did pre-activation in the gym and they were like, the facilities are absolute crap. And then we get on the field, they're the worst players there. So facilities do not matter, right? Especially at the lower levels. The second piece is this. Unfortunately, in the US, I hope it's changed now. I haven't really seen education. We don't understand how to understand your role in a team of pros, right? So one of my biggest problems when I first came over here, I was playing with my buddy Gintz, who unfortunately passed away, God rest his soul. This guy played at the Latvian level, and he played against Cristiano Ronaldo, Quaresma, Nani. He knew his stuff. When I first came over here as a 6, I would constantly go to the fullbacks and try to get the ball, right? I would block the space so the fullbacks could play the ball through the lines to our wingers who are maybe in the half spaces, to our 8s, to our 10s, to our 9s. So what he told me is, Eric, stay in the middle of the pitch, do your job, play your role, and you'll start most of the games and you'll get exposed. But if you're trying to do everything and trying to do everyone else's job and too much, you're never going to get it good at your current role. So that's one of the biggest things I learned in Europe. Play your role in the team. When you play your role in the team, you're going to become an important aspect and asset for the team. And that's what you want to be at, right? And we don't, learn that as an American. As an American, we want to do everything, right? It has its good qualities and its bad qualities. But one of the things you got to understand is you got to play your role in a team. Second thing, time is your most valuable asset, and you're losing it. This is the biggest deal, right? If you go to college, you're 18 when you start, 22 by the time you graduate, and then you played 4 short seasons in a restricted part-time environment, you're now just starting to think about going pro. Meanwhile, your competition in Europe signed their first contract at 17. They've played 100 plus competitive matches by 21, and they're already on second or third contracts with agents, bonuses, and real football experience. By the time you're entering the game, they're already dominating it. Football doesn't wait for anyone. The clock is ticking the moment you turn 16. If you're not in a pro environment by your late teens or early 20s, you're already behind. So let's talk about numbers. The next thing. Let's break down a pipeline. Over 430,000 high school boys play soccer in the U.S., about 25,000 play in college, and around 90 get drafted to the MLS. Only a handful make the final roster and end up sticking around long term. The odds are brutal, and most college players end up in USL2, semi-pro, which is UPSL or MPSL, or they walk away from the game entirely. Compare that to European academies. Players are signed young and released early if they don't cut it, right? But it's sink or swim. If you swim, you're already in the system. It's so much harder to get into the system than it is to stay in the system. So the difference is Europe provides real opportunities. College provides a maybe route that's packed with false hope. Sorry to say. 4, the draft is not the dream. Many college players pin their hopes on the MLS draft, but here's the truth. Most teams draft to fill rosters. Many draft picks don't even get contracts. And if you do sign, it's usually a minimum salary deal with limited playing time. You've waited 4 years for a shot at something that barely pays the bills and may not even last a season. Wouldn't you rather take the same time and energy, invest it into an overseas opportunity, and fight your way into the system built to develop you as a footballer, which is going to earn you more money in the future? What about education? Isn't the college route the smart route? Absolutely. If education is your priority, go for it. If you want a backup plan, if you love learning, if you want the college experience, go for it. College can be great for personal growth and networking. But if you're using it as your primary football pathway, if your number one goal is to play professionally, college isn't the route. You're playing it safe. And in football, as I said from the beginning, playing it safe and not taking risks rarely gets you signed. Keep in mind this. You can always go back to school later. Second thing, online degrees exist. Part-time studies exist. Scholarships are always there. You only get one shot at a football career. This is what I learned, right? I got told by a Greek father who played professionally. His son was one of my teammates. He said to my stepfather, your son could always be a lawyer, doctor, dentist, but can't always be a pro footballer. So why don't you chase it now? And that's what I did, right? And all this is usually before 23. That's really the goal. So what should you do instead? If you're truly committed to playing professionally, here's what we recommend. Number 1, move to Europe as early as possible. Target countries with open systems and lower tier clubs that welcome international talent like Latvia, Germany, Sweden, Portugal. As soon as possible, get match film, train in their system, and show you can adapt. Number 2, surround yourself with the right people, agents, coaches, mentors who've been there. Programs like us, RickFit, offer real guidance, not just promises. Then train like a pro every single day. Physical development, tactical growth, mental strength, nutrition, all of it matters. That's why we do what we do, right? We help you train like a pro from anywhere in the world. Build remote income streams, another thing we do. One of the biggest reasons players quit is because of money. That's why we help our athletes secure remote jobs so they can fund their journey abroad without relying on parents or dead-end jobs. Number 5, get in the shop window. Play in as many trial matches, combines, and scrimmages as you can. Document your journey, build a football resume, and stay ready. Number 7, the RickFit way. At RickFit, we've helped hundreds of athletes skip the detour and take the direct route to their pro dream because we combine elite performance coaching, which is customized gym, pitch, speed training, nutrition, tactical and mental growth, so you're sharp and confident on the field. You know exactly how to break down your match film and how to improve for the week to come up. And then we give you pro trial opportunities, right? We see, are you ready for the semi-pro level or the pro level? From there, we have our video analyst analyze your game film, and he gives me a report on where he sees fit. This guy is an MLS analyst, and he works directly with us and our players. Then we have a remote income setup, right? So you're financially stable while chasing your dream. You don't need to wait 4 years to start living your football dream. You need structure, support, and the right environment, and that's what we give you. We promise to give you that. Final word, be brave enough to take the hard road. Choosing not to go to college or leaving early is scary, but so is regret. If your dream is to go pro, act like it. Don't waste 4 years hoping to be the exception. Go where the football is, train like your future depends on it, and surround yourself with the right people and the ones who believe in you. Remember, this path isn't easy, but it's worth it. Your dream deserves everything you've got. And if you're ready to take that leap, we can guide you, right? So if you're serious, if you made it this far, you're not the average player. You're not someone who's content with maybe. You're not trying to play it safe. You're someone who wants to go all in on your dream, even if it's scary, even if it means doing things differently. That's the kind of player we work with. Players who are hungry, players who know they have what it takes, but just need the right plan, support, and opportunity to make it happen. Whether you're coming out of college, stuck in the system, or trying to break in from the outside, we've helped guys just like you sign pro contracts in Europe, Asia, and the US, not because they were lucky, but because they made the decision to stop waiting and start doing. Now it's your turn. So if you're ready to take the next step, just book a free call with us. It's free. No fluff, no pressure. Real advice from people who've done it before. On that call, myself or my team will break down your current situation, identify your biggest roadblocks, get clear on your goals, and then help you map out a personal path to a pro contract. And then we can possibly show you how we can help you. We'll let you know if we think you're the right fit for us. And then if we're the right fit for you. The most important thing is that you believe in us and we believe in you. So if you want to take this road, to take this step, click right here, book your call, and we'll see you there. If not, just keep following our content. We appreciate you. Have a good one.